Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to learn how we are going to fill the WHO labor care guide. This example page has been taken from the labor care manual given on the WHO website. So you can see it from there. And let's start. So in which patients you are going to fill the guide? You are going to fill this guide in all your pregnant women, okay, who are going through the labor. And when you are going to start filling it, you are going to start filling it whenever a woman reaches her first stage of labor. So whenever the cervix has dilated more than 4 centimeter, you are going to start filling this guide. So let's start. The name of our patient in the example is Mary Jane Williams, and her parity is 2. So okay, so first the name, then the parity, and then the labor onset. Her labor onset is spontaneous. That means that she did not take any medications or any kind of drugs, etc., to start her contractions. They were spontaneous. And when was the active labor diagnosis? It was on 7th of June 2020. Okay, so active labor diagnosis when her labor started, her contraction started. So it was 7 June 2020. And ruptured membranes, when she came to the hospital, she complained of leaking fluid. Okay, so her membranes had already ruptured, and that happened on the same date at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. Okay, so we are going to write the date and the time. And the risk factors come next. Her risk factors, she had a history of stillbirth and anemia, and we are going to write that as well. So let's start. That was the introduction of the patient. Next come the time in hours. So you are going to fill the time from the time when she presented to the emergency or the OPD, and you are going to fill it at hourly interval. So 6 o'clock she presented, then 7 o'clock, then 8, 9, 10. At 1 hour rate you are going to fill this. Okay, so this stands for the active first stage, and this is for the second stage. Here are the sections. There are a total of 7 sections. This is the first section that consists of the supportive care. Second section, which consists of the care of the baby. Third section, which consists of the care of the woman. Fourth is the labor prognosis. Fifth is the medication. And sixth is the shared decision making. Okay, so when our patient presented at 6 o'clock, first we fill the spontaneous care. Okay, so if her companion is with her, let's change the color to green. If her companion is with her, you are going to write a Y, that means a yes. And if her companion is not with her, you are going to write no, that is N, a no. And this no is an alert. Okay, you have to be conscious of the alerts. So the N is an alert, Y is not an alert. Whenever the alert is present, you are going to write this over here, and you are going to circle it with a red pen. So when she came to the hospital at 6 o'clock, she did not have anyone with her, so her companion was no. That was an alert. We wrote this and we circled it with a red pen. After that, we called her sister. By her permission, we called her. We asked her if she wanted anyone with her. So she said, yes, please call my sister. We called her sister, and at 7 o'clock, her sister was present. So we wrote a Y, that is a yes, with her companion. Okay, so that's totally fine. At 8 o'clock, her companion was present. 9 o'clock, her companion was present. At 10 o'clock, her sister left the room to make some family calls, etc. So we wrote a no, and we circled it with a red pen. At 11 o'clock, her sister was present. At 12 o'clock, she was present. At 13, she was present. So that was about the companion. Next comes the pain relief. So when our patient presented to the hospital, if she is in pain and she does not have any relief of that pain, you are going to write no, and that is an alert. That means she does not has any pain relief and you are going to offer her pain relief. Okay, and if she does has pain relief, you are going to write yes, and that is totally fine. So when she came at 6 o'clock, she had pain and she did not have any pain relief, so we wrote N over here and we circled it with the red pen. We gave her some pain relief medications or anything like that you are going to give your patient, or any exercise you are going to tell them. So 7 o'clock she was having pain relief, we wrote a yes. 8 o'clock pain relief, yes. 9 o'clock pain relief, yes. 10 o'clock her pain started again, she did not have any relief, so we wrote N and circled it with the red pen. 11 o'clock she had relief, 12 o'clock relief, 13 o'clock she relief, so we wrote Y, that is yes, yes, yes. Okay, that was about the pain relief. Next is the oral fluid. You are going to see if your patient is taking any fluid, any juice, any water, anything, because that is important for her hydration. So if she is taking any fluids, that is well and good, you are going to write yes. And if she is not taking any fluids, you are going to write no, and that is an alert. Okay, so you have to be conscious of that. So at 6 o'clock she came and she was drinking juice with her, so we wrote a yes. 7, 8, 9. 7 o'clock yes, 8 o'clock yes, she was drinking. 9, D. This D means declined. She declined to take any fluids, and that is fine. If she has taken the fluids 1 hour before, that is fine. Okay. And 10, yes, she was drinking water. 11 o'clock yes. 12 o'clock she declined again. And 13 o'clock yes, she was drinking fluid. Okay, so that is about our oral fluid history, you could say. Okay, so next come the postures. So in postures you have two things. MO stands for mobile, that means that the patient is mobile. That is totally fine, that is okay, you are happy with that. And SP means supine position. Now the supine position is an alert, you have to be conscious of that. Okay, you have to tell your senior or anyone, and you are going to write this here and circle with the red pen. So when she came at 6 o'clock, she was mobile, so you wrote MO over here. 7 o'clock she was supine, so you told her no, you have to walk during your first stage. Okay, so you asked her to walk. 8 o'clock she was mobile, 9 o'clock she was mobile, 10 o'clock she was supine again, so that is an alert. Inform your senior or anything, or ask her to move, walk. At 11 o'clock she was mobile. 12 o'clock she was mobile. At 13 o'clock she was supine again, so that is an alert, you have to be conscious of that. That was all about the supportive care. That is our section number 1. Now we come to the health of the baby. So first is baseline fetal heart rate, fetal deceleration, amniotic fluid, fetal position, caput, and molding. So the heart rate, if it is less than 110 beats per minute or greater than 160 beats per minute, that is an alert. Okay, so the normal heart rate should be between 110 to 160 for the fetus. It is less than 110 or greater than 160, you have to be alert. Okay, and you have to write that and circulate with the red pen. So at 6 o'clock the heart rate was 140. 6:30 it was 136. 7 o'clock 132. 7:30 148. Okay, so line wise you have to write the baseline fetal heart rate. After that, deceleration of the fetus. Now if it is late, that is an alert, you have to be conscious of that. So at 6 o'clock there was no deceleration, that is totally fine. 7 o'clock there was no deceleration, you have to write an N for no deceleration, and if the deceleration is variable you have to write a V. Okay, and if it is late you have to write an L, and that is an alert. So Deacceleration variable, deacceleration was not present, so write an n. Not present, so write an n. Okay, so like that you have to fill the deacceleration. Now for the amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid, if it is clear, you have to write a C, and that is totally fine. You are happy with the C. If there is meconium present, you have to write an M, and you have to write plus if it is less, plus plus if it is more, and plus 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 if it is very much, and that triple plus is an alert for the meconium. And if there is blood in the amniotic fluid, you have to write a B, that is an alert as well. So for the amniotic fluid, we have two alerts, that is very large amount of meconium or blood. Okay, so when she presented, her membranes had ruptured and the amniotic fluid was clear. Okay, so that is totally fine. You have to write a C. And then if it is totally fine, you have to check that after a few hours. So when we checked after a few hours, it was plus at 10 o'clock. That means a small amount of meconium was present. And then after a few hours, at 1 o'clock, it was plus, that is small amount of meconium was present. That was amniotic fluid. Okay. Then we come to the fetal position, that is occiput posterior, anterior or transverse. So normally the fetal position is anterior, and that is totally fine. You are going to write A. But if it is transverse or it is posterior, that is an alert. You are going to inform your senior doctor or do something about that. So when she came, her fetal position was posterior, that was an alert, so we wrote a P and we circled it with the red pen. We checked after a few hours, the fetal position was transverse, and that was an alert, and we wrote a T and we circled it. At 1 o'clock, 13 o'clock, it became anterior, and that was totally fine, so we wrote A, and that was fine. Okay, so that was about the fetal position. Now capital molding, if it is not present or if it is plus or plus plus, it is totally fine. But if it is plus plus plus, that is an alert. You have to be aware of that. So when she came, capital molding was 0. After a few hours, it was plus for both, and at 1 o'clock it was plus for the capit and plus plus for the molding, and that is totally fine. That was okay. So this is nothing to be worried about. That was about the care of the baby. So now is the care of the woman. So you have to check the pulse of the pregnant lady, the systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, temperature, and urine. So the pulse between 60 to 120 is normal. Systolic blood pressure between 80 to 140 is normal. Diastolic below 90 is normal. Temperature 35 to 37.5 is normal. And urine, if no proteins and acetone is present, that is normal. But if in urine you have protein or acetone, that is something to be conscious about and worried about. So you have to check why there is protein and acetone in the urine. So when she presented at 6 o'clock, her pulse was 88. After a few hours, it was 96. That was totally normal. That is okay. Systolic blood pressure, first she presented at 6 o'clock, it was 120. At 10 o'clock, it was 128. That is totally fine. Diastolic was 80 at 6 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, it was 84. That is totally fine. Temperature was 36.5 at 6 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock, it was 36.9. That is totally fine. And she had no proteins, that is P. Her P is nil, and no acetone, that is her A is nil. So that is okay, that is good. Nothing to worry about. No protein and acetone when she presented, no protein and acetone at 10 o'clock. So that is totally normal, that is okay. You are fine with that. And this is the health of the woman. Okay.